Okay, you prepared for the suppression hearing?
I am, Your Honor, yes.
All right. How would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, it's defendant's motion, so
It is their motion, but often the state would go and present evidence related to the motion. Have you reviewed the motion to suppress?
have, Your Honor, yes, I'm ready to proceed. I'll call my first witness.
Do you believe it's the defense burden on this one?
I believe so, but
Let me look at it. Ms. Butler, what's your position on the motion to suppress? You feel like you need to present evidence, or should the state present evidence to show that the statement that they are relying upon is a viable one?
I would like to present the evidence.
You want to?
Huh?
You want to present evidence first?
I will follow whatever you just lead me, okay? So I don't want to jump ahead. So you tell me what you would like from me.
Yeah, state, I think you should go first on this. Yeah,
I'm ready to call my first witness, Your Honor.
sure. Want to have him come up?
And were you assigned to investigate a matter involving the defendant in this matter?
Yes, I was.
And do you see the defendant here in the courtroom today?
Yes, I do.
Can you please point out where she's sitting?
She's sitting at the table directly in front of me.
And who is the defendant?
Tiara Butler.
Can you please let the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant?
So noted.
Can you walk the court through why you were investigating the defendant?
I was contacted and received information from one of our analysts from our headquarters regarding suspicious fraudulent transactions that were being conducted by Ms. Butler based on data that he was reviewing. In response to that, I installed cameras into the facility to record her during the transaction time. And during a period of, I believe it was May of 2022 through January of 2023, I located approximately 20 transactions that she had conducted with no customer present, which were for cash refunds and other things. And so the next part of my investigation was to conduct an interview of Ms. Butler.
And when you say that you place cameras in the facility, what facility are we talking about?
This is the Valparaiso downtown post office.
Is that located in Porter County?
Yes, it is. Ms. Butler was asked if she'd be willing to answer some questions, and she agreed. So then we set up an area inside the post office where we were going to conduct an interview of her.
And then did you conduct an interview with Ms. Butler?
Yes, I did.
And can you describe to the court what did you first do in the interview?
Well, first thing we did, like I said, we got the room set up. We had chairs and positions so that the three of us could sit down. The first thing I did is presented her with what we referred to as our Garrity form. And it's basically an acknowledgement of rights form that we present to employees that are not in custody. And I went through that form with Ms. Butler, presented it to her. She read through it. Once she completed and signed the form and we witnessed it, I confirmed with her verbally that made sure she understood the rights that were explained that she had placed her initials next to when she was completing it, and she stated she did.
Okay. And did you also sign that form?
Yes, I did.
And then did Agent Klemick also sign that form?
Yes, he did.
Agent Sokol, I'm handing you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1. Do you recognize that?
I do.
And what is it?
This is the Garrity Acknowledgement of Rights form for employees not in custody that was presented and completed by Ms. Butler.
And is that a true and accurate copy of a waiver of rights form that Ms. Butler signed?
It is.
Okay. Your Honor, State would move to admit State's Exhibit 1.
Any objection, ma'am?
Yes, I do object.
What's the objection?
The object that it was given towards the end of my statement because I had to sign because I had the pen at the time. Because at the beginning I didn't have a pen. I had the pen at the time, and I did sign. But how you know that he signed it later is because look at the times at the end. It's at 10 o'clock. It's in his penmanship.
So your objection is related to authenticity or
It was
relation?
towards the end of the statement when I was writing the statement. That's when
Okay.
I was given that form. I wasn't.
Evidentiary rule is your objection?
Okay, I was just explaining that.
I'm asking you,
Yes.
what's your basis for your objection? What's the evidence?
The objection that he did not give it to me at the beginning. He gave it to me towards the end.
I think it goes to authenticity or something, but it's overruled. We'll admit it.
And there are four paragraphs, I would say, listed 1 through 4, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And beside each of those paragraphs, Ms. Butler did initial.
that is correct.
What does the first one say?
It says, I have the right to remain silent if my answers may tend to incriminate me.
And number 2?
Anything I say or do may be used as evidence against me in a court of law and in other proceedings, including administrative proceedings.
And number 3?
If I refuse to answer questions because my answers may tend to incriminate me, I will not be disciplined solely for remaining silent.
And number 4?
This interview is strictly voluntary, and I may leave or stop answering questions at any time.
And again, that is signed by yourself,
Yes,
and it is also signed by Ms. Butler,
yes,
and it is also signed by Agent Klemick.
yes.
And what was the defendant's demeanor like throughout the interview?
She was appeared to be nervous. Her mouth was dry at times when she was speaking with us. It was a challenge to try to keep her focused on what I was specifically asking, because she tended to segue off into other things. But she was responsive to the questions.
And after Ms. Butler signed her acknowledgement of rights form, what then happened?
I conducted the interview, asked her the questions that I wanted to ask regarding the transactions that were captured on video. She explained certain things that other employees were stealing from her drawer and her unit reserve. She explained that she was having severe financial hardships at the time when she was assigned to that office. Her car was repossessed. When she got it back, her interest rates were increased, her loan doubled. And she just kept explaining things like that.
And was Ms. Butler given the opportunity to write out a statement?
At the end of the interview, correct, we offered her the opportunity to write out a voluntary written statement. It wasn't mandatory, wasn't required. And she agreed and chose to write one.
And she wrote a statement?
She did.
And did she sign that statement?
She did.
And did you ever make any promises to Ms. Butler?
No, I did not.
Object.
What's your objection?
The reason I object is because he would not accept my
Oh,
statement.
okay. So it doesn't sound to me like you're having an objection, Ms. Butler. What it sounds to me like is you're about to try to engage in cross-examination.
No.
Yes, ma'am. Make sure you understand the order of proceedings, okay? She's going to ask him questions. In the course of that time, you may have objections to certain evidence.
Yes.
Those evidentiary objections must be based upon evidentiary rules.
Okay.
What you attempted to do a few seconds ago is start to say your side of the story or to question or ask about certain facts that you disagree with. And that's my job, is to make a determination about whether or not the agent's telling the truth or not.
Okay.
And your job when you question him is to bring up the thing you just wanted to object about in a question form to him. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so you've just got to work with how we do
Work
our
with you.
process.
Yeah.
Okay? And this objection, I'm not sure what your grounds would have been, but I will overrule that objection and counsel may proceed for the state.
Agent Vasocco, there were no promises or inducements offered to Ms. Butler for writing out her statement.
No. The statement was completely voluntary. She didn't have to write it if she didn't want to.
And did Ms. Butler ever ask to leave the interview?
No, there was periods during the interview where she asked to get some documents that she was wanted to present to me. And she got up and she went and got the documents from the other room. She came back, she presented them to me. But other than that, she never requested to leave or end the interview.
Did Ms. Butler ever ask to rewrite her statement?
No.
Again, ma'am, I heard you say object, but it doesn't sound like it's an objection. It sounds like your proper cross-examination of this witness. Okay? So hopefully you're noting down the things that we're talking about here so you can ask those questions of this witness.
So Agent Masigo, again, Ms. Butler was free to leave this interview at any time.
Yes.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Good evening. On February 1st, is it true when I asked you, who are you? And you stated that you was an interviewer and that you was only coming there just to interview all employees, just to see how things are. You don't have no control of firing or doing anything in that matter. Is that true or false?
The statement is not completely true. I advised you that I was with the Inspector General's
No,
office.
you did not.
Yes, I did, and I showed you my credentials.
No, you did not. That's a lie. That's not true.
Okay, ma'am, and what
But-
we're doing there, that's called argument,
No.
okay?
Okay.
So you want to take those notes down. At the end of this, there's going to be the opportunity for you to tell me the reason why you think I should rule in your favor. And one of those would be that you think he's given a dishonest response to your questions, okay?
Yes.
So that's the order of proceedings. I see you're getting emotional. If you need a moment, we can take a moment.
All right. The next question. When we sat down, Andrew was in the corner and you was on the side. And I decided actually, to write a statement. When I wrote the statement, did you read the statement?
When you completed the statement, I reviewed it, correct?
Okay. And did you, as you read the statement, did you state that you are not going to take this statement unless I took food and money for gas? Because if I don't, you're not going to accept it. Is that true or false?
That is not true.
Oh my God. Okay. If that's not true, let's keep going. All right. As we proceeded, did I ever ask for a copy? No, let's start this one. Has I ever asked for another statement? Because when I read my statement, it was with errors. Did I not ask you for another one? True or false?
I do not recall you asking me for another statement form.
Okay. After that one, true or false? I'm trying to picture myself in that moment, exactly how it happened. When you asked about refunds, did I show you examination, I think it's called accountability examination report? And that I went into where the postmaster was, and I went into the cabinet. And I said, I want you to look at the examination report, see how it had changed, because there was a lot of discrepancies before I came down there. And then as you looked at their report, you said, where is Don? And I told you, this young lady is retired. Did you not say, did you want a copy of that? Yes or no?
I believe I told you that if you wanted to give me a copy, that I would take the copy from you. Yes.
Okay. All right. So now, for that being said, also in the statement, when I wrote the statement, did I ask you, you asked me, this is how you did it. You asked me if you write this statement stating that you can explain your hardship and state that you took money for food and gas, that the prosecutor will be more leaner to you.
No, that is not correct. When I presented you with the statement form after you agreed to and said you wanted to complete one, I explained to you that it was a voluntary statement and it needed to be truthful and accurate.
So you trying to say we did not exchange the statement back and forth? True or false?
I don't understand what you're asking.
What I'm saying is, if I gave you the statement the first time to read, did you read it? Yes. True or false? The first time I gave it to you, do you read it?
I honestly don't recall if I read it prior to you completing it or if I read it after you signed the form, but I would have reviewed the form because in the form, anytime that you would have made a cross out or anything like that, we have to have you put your initials over that cross out, indicating that you did that. We also drew lines through any of the statement form.
When I had the statement, and remember, I was talking about a whole lot of stuff when you was interviewing me, right? I was
Yes.
talking about my, the management. I talked about the postal inspectors. I talked about, people did not care about, then I told you about the EEO that I had filed.
Sure.
I also told you about customers, witnesses that is needed.
She's testifying, Your Honor. She can do that when she's
No,
on the
no,
stand.
no, this is
Yeah, I understand your objection.
But it was part of- it was part of-
Is there a question in there somewhere?
No, this was part of the interview when we was talking about it. That's how it ended up on that paper.
I understand, but is there a question you plan to ask?
Okay, well,
So I'll
what I was doing was,
sustain the objection.
okay,
Please ask your question.
my question is, was you aware of those things before you came downtown?
Was I aware of what things?
Were
were
you
telling me?
aware of my dealership situation? Was you aware of postal inspectors ever investigating the fraudulent activity that occurred at my job? Was you aware of that?
No, I was
Okay.
not aware of that. prior
Okay,
to that.
okay. Let me see. Was you aware that management has a responsibility of internal control by chance?
Internal control.
Internal and control, like meaning financial responsibilities. Are you aware of that?
I'm aware that postal management does
Yes.
do certain things to monitor and control
Okay.
internal things.
When you had made a statement before you came down to me, because you said you had showed her video, right? Showing whatever alleged had happened. Did you ever have you ever did any type of auditing with her? Anything like that in that matter?
Without specifics, I can't answer that question.
Okay, the reason why I ask is because management was totally aware of what I was doing. Totally aware. And the reason why I asked these questions because I was listening to you how you got introduced to this by a data analysis, correct? A data analysis have given you a spreadsheet of fraudulent or refund transactions, correct?
That is how this
Okay.
investigation was
That's
initiated.
how it started.
Correct.
So do you automatically just go directly to the employee, or do you go directly to management employee, or do you just do both?
I go to where the evidence leads me.
Okay, so okay. Now, also, I want to make one more statement and then I'm done with you. Okay?
Gonna make a statement or are you gonna ask? a
Yeah, I
question?
got one more question. Yeah, one more question. If you was not aware of my financial situation, why is there evidence submitted to the court?
I don't understand what you're
Well, you
asking.
have it. This is the hardship that I was explaining to you, and I'm trying to figure out why the court has it, and it's irrelevant to, here goes for here. And it was an exhibit. Exhibit 6. The reason why I say this, because I have gotten your evidence that you had submitted.
Mhm.
And I was like, why is this private administration is submitted? And it was addressed to Eric Holm, the governor at the time. And it was talking about the fraud that had occurred downtown and what had happened and stuff like that. And I'm trying to figure out, did you read this stuff before you came down? And that's why you wanted me to focus on financial hardship in the interview, because it started to line up.
Objection. Agent Vasico already testified that he made no promises to her, or I'm sorry, that he did not ask Ms. Butler to put anything in her statement about financial hardship. She did that on her own.
Correct. Okay, so I'll sustain that. Are you going to ask a question, ma'am?
The question is, why is this submitted? This private administration process is submitted as evidence.
You presented this to me during the interview. That's why I had it, and that's why I included it.
And now you can have a seat back so the microphone can pick up your statements.
I had no knowledge of that prior to you giving it to me during the interview, which I accepted because you insisted that I take the statement, that document. That's why it's included in my report.
I couldn't, okay. I couldn't have. I'm sorry, but I couldn't have, because we was in the interview.
Yes, but you had access to documents that you said you wanted to give to me to present. That was one of the documents you presented to me. I had no knowledge of that prior to that interview with you.
This was not given to you. Only thing I gave you.
Ma'am, so this isn't a question.
Okay.
Sounds to me like that would be testimony you would give of your own if you have a story that contradicts what the agent's testifying about, okay? So do you have any further questions?
No, Your Honor.
Before you get started,
Okay.
I need to have your attention for this. Do you plan to testify today?
To explain everything, yes,
You plan to testify.
I can.
Okay, so I'm going to put you under oath
Okay.
when you testify. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And you know what the Fifth Amendment is?
I can waive my rights if not to self-criminate myself.
So you understand what the Fifth Amendment is, that you don't have to give any statement that would be incriminating?
Yeah.
Did you know that if you testify and I put you under oath and you testify, that the prosecutor is going to have the opportunity to cross-examine you?
This is not trial, is it?
Ma'am, this is a hearing,
This is a hearing.
and there is evidence that is being presented at this hearing. And if you are under oath and you testify, the state's going to have the opportunity to cross-examine you.
Okay.
And if they ask you a question, you're going to have to answer it.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yes. Can I have?
And that you can't invoke your Fifth Amendment rights after you've already waived them.
Okay. I
You
can
understand
have.
that?
Yes.
So I'm going to have you answer whatever question they ask.
Okay, that's
You
fine.
realize that?
Yes.
You're willing to accept that risk.
Yes.
Okay, you understand that it's probably not in your best interest.
It's probably not in my best interest at this time, or
You understand that?
I do, not really completely, but before we move on to the prosecutor interviewing me, can we please interview Andrew first?
Ma'am, it is your case. If you want to put
Yes. Can we bring Andrew up?
Andrew, I'm sorry,
you
it would
please
be more
call
formal if I
Andrew?
knew your last name, on the witness stand, then you could have him testify. Would you like to call him as a witness?
Yeah. Well, I can call him as a witness, please.
Okay, then you're going to want to say, I call.
I call Andrew as a witness to the stand, please.
Okay,
Okay, Andrew, when you attend to the interview, was you sitting there witnessing both our actions, George actions and my action? Was you notating this? Yes
I
or
was
no?
present at the interview and I took notes, yes.
Okay. Towards the end of the interview regarding to the statement, do you witness George reading the statement?
I don't recall
Okay.
if he did or not, but I'm sure that Special Agent Vasilko read the statement with you.
So okay, let me ask you this question. how far apart that you were standing by each other that you could not see him reading?
We would have been close. Are you talking about during the interview?
Yes, because it was very small.
Yeah,
It was
we
very
would have been next to each other.
Exactly. So you trying to say you did not see him pick up a piece of paper that he did not read the statement? You didn't see him at all. So is that what you're saying?
Ma'am, I've interviewed with Special Agent Vasilko several times,
Mm-hmm.
and he is pretty thorough.
Mm-hmm.
And typically, he would review again when statements are completed that
Okay.
they would be reviewed.
Okay. So I'm asking, did you see him read it? That's all I'm asking.
Again, I don't recall for sure, but I'm sure he did.
Okay. Now, next question. Did you ever see George give me the statement back and told me to write again? I had to write the first time. Then I wrote again, which was the second paragraph.
I'm not sure what you're asking.
I'm gonna ask you again. Do you ever see me sitting down, writing down the statement? True or false?
I believe you completed the statement that day, yes.
Okay. Did you see me hand the statement after I got done?
Yes, it was given back to Special Agent Vasilko.
Okay. Did you see George hand me back the statement?
I think you gave it to Special Agent Vasilko. He would have reviewed it with you. And then obviously it was taken so he could put it in his case file and it would have been presented to a prosecutor and then USPS management.
Did you did you see George stand there by the door, pacing, and stated that he would not accept my statement unless I write that I took food and gas? Did he ever make any type of statement like that?
I did not see that.
So you're trying to say that you didn't hear anything and you was sitting right next to him?
Ma'am, I believe that are you talking about the food and gas comment?
Yes, that food and gas comment. That's the only one I'm really trying to get you right there. Did you ever hear George make a statement that I need to admit that I took money for food and gas?
I did not.
No further question.
Is there any further evidence, Ms. Butler, you wanted to present?
Yes, I do. I was trying to look for, because I did not have it all together. It was a form that I presented that I gave to him during the interview. Give me just a second, okay, Judge? Did I hand this to you or to you?
So I'm not sure what it is, but before you do anything with it, I'm going to put you under oath. Okay, and I just want to admonish you again. I don't want to chill your right to be able to testify on your own behalf.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
because I feel like that the motion to suppress rights under the Fourth Amendment, you're going to be able to talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Okay, thank you.
But you still have a Fifth Amendment issue that you need to be fully aware of.
Yes.
You say incriminating things.
Mhm.
The state's going to get a chance to cross-examine you. They're going to have to cross-examine you in what we call the scope of whatever you testify about during your direct. But anything you say can be used at trial for what we call impeachment.
Mhm.
So if you change whatever testimony at trial that you might give today, they'll be able to use whatever you said today and say that you said something different today.
I get what
You understand all
Yes,
that?
I'm following you.
Okay, so I just want to make sure you're aware of what you're doing. Please raise your hand to be sworn. You just swear or affirm under penalty of perjury to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Okay, so what's important for me about this document is that you first identify what it is. What's this document you have in your hand?
This document is it's the post office retail floor for the stamp stock.
Okay.
Okay,
And how did you come to possess it?
I had one of the employees give it to me.
Okay. And do you believe that it's a true and accurate copy of whatever the employee gave to you?
Yes.
Okay. Is that
Yeah.
employee still employed with the Postal Service?
They might have, but I don't know. They're not there no more.
Do you know their name?
Yes, I do.
Well, you'll have to share it with us.
Mr. Stanley.
Mr. Stanley provided that to you.
Mm-hmm.
And was Mr. Stanley providing that to you in the course of his own occupation at the Postal Service?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you show it to council so she can have a look at what you've got there? We'll have it preliminarily marked as defendant's exhibit number 1. Is this your only copy of the exhibit?
I only brought one for myself. I mean,
If you give it to me, I'm taking the copy.
that's
I'm
fine.
not giving it back.
It's fine.
I'll make sure you're clear.
Or can I just bring you a legible copy? Because I can bring,
No, this is going to have to be the one.
because it's on the front and the back. Let me see if I have another copy.
And Ms. Butler, I'm going to have you bring that up to me. I'll make a photocopy of it so that we don't take your last copy. All right. Now, would you like for me to admit defendant's number 1?
Admit defendant number 1.
Okay, so you would say, Your Honor, I would move to admit defendant's exhibit 1.
Your Honor, I would like to admit exhibit number 1.
State.
I'm going to be objecting. First of all, to relevance, first of all, I don't know what Ms. Butler is trying to get out of this exhibit. It's not relevant to her own motion today, Your Honor, the proceedings today. It has nothing to do with suppressing her
Yes, it does.
confession. And I would object to it's not authenticated correctly. If she got this from Mr. Stanley, he's not here to testify to the authenticity of this document. I don't even know what this document is. I believe it's some stamped stock sheet, but again, she's not going to be able to properly admit it without it being authenticated by whoever gave it to her, whoever wrote it.
Okay,
Can I object?
so I need your response on relevance.
Okay. First off, my name is on here.
No. Relevance. How is it relevant?
Is it relevant to this case? It's because
No. How is it relevant to your motion to suppress?
how is it relevant to, this is the statement that was given to the OIG. Because I mentioned something about he wanted a copy, and I said something about Don. This is what I given him because I wanted him to invest further.
Okay, but how is it relevant to the question that we have here, which is that the handwritten statement you provided was given by inducement, coercion, or improper promise? What does this document have to do with that?
Well, this document is basically, I know about the suppression about the statement, but I also put in there what was handed to him about that, what was given to him, because I remember I had asked for a copy of my statement so I can clear up some errors,
Okay,
but he refused to give me a new form.
okay.
And then I ended up also stating that I went
So you
in.
think it's relevant to
Yes,
the
it is.
impeachment of their testimony?
Yes, it is, because they,
It's fine. I
Okay.
understand your position. Now, the state brings up that it's not properly authenticated. I ask you a few questions, preliminary ones, about how you got the document.
I got it through the post office, county, what do you call it? The files that I copied for him. It's the same files that he got copies of,
Okay,
and he went in and got another copy of the same document,
okay.
and it was given to him.
And so here I agree with the state
Mhm.
that you haven't properly authenticated the document. But in addition, it is hearsay. And it is hearsay that doesn't fall within any of our hearsay objections.
Okay, you
It's
say it.
exceptions. exceptions.
Mhm.
Because of that, I have to not admit it. But regardless, because you've offered it, we still need to take the document from you. So please rise up and bring it back up to me. I need you to bring it back up here. That's fine, but we need to take them one at a time. So I'm going to take this. Defendant's one is not admitted. I sustain the objection to admissibility. What else, ma'am?
I have a daily closeout certification checklist.
Okay.
This is needed that he or management that's supposed to do on a daily checkout regarding to money orders, stamps, refunds. This is necessary because this is what he had asked me in the interview.
Okay, hold on for a sec though. Let's try to get the document admitted. So you remember the process here? You're going to want to stand up, take it over to the court reporter. She's going to put defendant's 2 on it. We're going to be able to use that number for identification purposes. You're going to want to show it to the prosecutor. And then tell me more about it. How did you come into possession of this document?
I already had this document already.
Okay, how did you get it?
Working there.
Did you run this report?
Yes, I had to run multiple reports.
Is this a report that you specifically ran?
No, it's just my daily checkout reports. Like just say, for example, when I go downtown and go to the main, I would exchange reports because they'll run out and I'll just give them a copy of it because we have to wrap them up sometimes.
Okay, so let me ask you again.
Okay.
How did you come into possession of this report?
By working at the post office.
And while you're working at the post office, are you in files? Are you at a computer attached to a
Yes.
printer?
Yes.
How
Files.
was the document generated?
It's just copy. It was already generated. It's just a repeated copy.
Okay, now let me ask again then.
Mhm.
How was it generated?
Copied.
It was not copied. It had to have been printed first.
Yes, it had to been print. Well, I was just telling you how I received it.
And on what system was it generated?
What system it was generated? I think management would use what you call it? Word, and they will actually generate all the information that we need to do on a daily basis.
Did you input all the data in to create that form?
No, I did not.
Did you sit at the computer and press print for that form?
No, it was already pre-printed.
Did you take the document that you found already printed and photocopied on a photocopy machine?
Yes, yes,
All right. And you're moving for the admissibility of defendant's exhibit number 2.
yes.
State.
I'm going to object to same issues. Relevance, Your Honor. It's not going to be properly authenticated and hearsay.
Ma'am,
No.
what do you have on relevance? How is this important to your question about whether your statement was coerced?
Well, according to my statement being coerced, he asked me about the ledger that's listed. And he asked me,
Okay.
it's in there. It's in there. He
So
asked
again,
me,
you're using it for impeachment purposes.
yes, yes.
Okay.
He asked me,
Do you want to
which-
try to add anything about authenticity?
Hmm?
Do you want to try to add anything about authenticity of the document?
I mean, that's as best as you can get it. I mean,
Did you at any point look at the computer screen of whatever generated this document and compare the two to make sure whatever was on the printer screen, the
Mhm.
computer screen,
Mhm.
was the same thing that was generated by the printer?
we didn't never use the computer, Your Honor. Only
You
thing,
never saw the computer original of this.
no, we
before it was
never, we
printed.
never used one from computer. It will always been passed through each other.
Okay.
Like we'll bring it downtown or the main, we'll make a few copies or send it in
Okay.
a
Do you have
pack.
any response on hearsay? Do you
So-
falls in under any of our hearsay exceptions?
No, it's not hearsay. It's required because it shows this is financial documents that I am presenting to you, Your Honor, because you cannot present something. Go ahead.
Ma'am, the question is to admissibility, okay? It might not be hearsay because I'm not really sure what it is altogether, but I think it is hearsay because it's somebody else's statement. I'm not sure what it's meant to do here because I'm not sure it's relevant. But in any case, Exhibit 2 is not admitted. It's not relevant. It's not authenticated.
very
I believe it
relevant.
to be hearsay.
It is
So
relevant.
please bring that up as well.
This sounds like an unfair trial, Your Honor.
It's not unfair, ma'am. There are rules of evidence. When you did your Ferretta hearing, you and I went through and talked about how you're going to have to be responsible for presenting evidence, and you're going to have to be responsible for knowing the rules of evidence and knowing the rules of procedure and how everything works. You told me you would do that. Okay. And I told you that if you do a bad job or if you're not able to get your documents authenticated, we talked about it specifically, or admitted into evidence, that that was going to be on you and that you couldn't come back later and say, well, Judge, I was a bad lawyer, or tell the higher court, well, Judge, I was a bad lawyer in my own trial. I did a terrible job and I've been convicted of this. You can't come back and do that. So you have
Okay.
to be able to present your case like a lawyer because you've asked to represent yourself. And
I did, and I did.
I understand.
Yes, I did. And I,
Present the rest of your evidence.
I
We have
agree.
55 minutes left and we still have to get to your motions in limine.
so every time I present something, you saying it's not authenticated. I thought we was just talking about the motions like you said.
Everything that you try to admit into evidence here has to pass stringent rules of evidence before it can be admitted into this proceeding. It's not relaxed rules of evidence. This ain't small claims court, right? There are no relaxed rules of evidence. There are big kid court rules of evidence here.
So can I go get it authenticated and resubmit it?
No, ma'am. Today is your hearing. You've known about this hearing for, I don't know, a week
Just
or
last
so.
week? And the only thing you had mentioned
But
to
you
me.
would have had to have gotten the documents authenticated in advance, and I can't teach you how to practice law. You chose to represent yourself, and now here you are at your hearing, probably incapable of getting in the documents that you want to get in, even if they are relevant.
Mhm.
And it's not my problem, it's a you problem,
Yes, I understand
okay?
that.
And no, you can't go get them and come back because this is the hearing. You go to trial in like 2 weeks or so.
Mhm. So authenticate them. Oh my God. I think I might have some that I actually filed.
I can't teach you how to practice.
No, 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 no,
But
no,
do you have
no.
any idea what you would have to do to authenticate any,
Hold on, what
either one of these?
I think I did it already. It was way back last year. I did authenticate them.
I don't think you have, ma'am.
I had actually got it.
I don't think you can authenticate them yourself, if that helps.
The documents came from the post office. No, I cannot authenticate them, but they are very relevant to this case and to this matter to order to prove theft.
Okay, ma'am.
They are very relevant.
But what about your motion to suppress, where you say that was
My-
coerced from you?
My motion to suppress is very truthful and
That
honest.
sounds like you're arguing.
No,
You're under
no,
oath.
no,
You're supposed
no.
to be testifying now.
Yeah,
Are you going to testify now?
I'm not testifying, but I'm explaining, then I will testify.
Well, if you're going to explain, that's argument.
Oh,
Wait
okay.
till after your testimony to give me whatever argument you're going to give.
Okay, okay.
Do you have any other evidence you want to present?
If it's not authenticated by me,
I mean, you could authenticate documents you produced yourself.
only thing I really did is my motions that I did.
Which wouldn't be evidence, ma'am. It's already part of our record.
Uh-huh. I got a question for you, Your Honor.
Probably not going to answer it. It's not question and answer time for the court.
Okay,
Time for you to be testifying or presenting evidence related to your motion to suppress. We are down to 52 minutes.
I'm gonna hurry it up. Can I testify then?
Go ahead. What do you want to tell me?
I want to tell you about my job.
Please keep it relevant to your motion to suppress.
Okay. I've been working for the post office for 17 years. And I always try to follow the rules and procedures. I was not really trained thoroughly on my position. Management have an internal responsibility for stamp stock, refunds, money orders, and everything that contain financially. When I discovered that management was not doing their job, I reported it to the EO. And they refused to train me when I got into that position. Also, I want to let you know that according to refunds, I actually requested through management to use the refunds because they would never offset the debt, or they would never look into it when I keep reporting it, that is keep messing my stock up, because we have
Ma'am, I need to redirect you here,
I
okay?
need to say this though. I got
I
to
don't
get
think
it
you
out.
need to say it because it's not relevant to what you've said.
It is, it's
You
in my
want me to
statement.
Consider in your.
It's
motion to
in my
suppress.
statement, Your Honor.
Please don't talk over me because my court reporter can't type what both of us say at the same time. Your motion to suppress says that at your interview, that they coerced a statement.
They
from you,
did. Mhm.
Okay, and the evidence that you've just talked about in your testimony
Mhm.
has nothing at all to do with that.
Well, let's
So-
talk about my evidence then.
Talk about the
This-
interview.
the interview.
Talk about what they did to coerce you at that interview.
Okay, so at the,
Contradict,
okay.
stop talking when I'm talking.
Okay,
And contradict whatever evidence you wanted to contradict while they were testifying.
okay. Let me close my eyes. At the interview, I asked my postmaster who was these two young gentlemen to come in. She said she didn't know. As I sat down, they had, Andrew was on the right of me, sitting on a garbage can, and George was on the right by the door. He was standing there. He mentioned that about you do not have to answer questions. He did mention, he just stated that you can plead the fifth. At that point, I'm like, pleading the fifth for what? And as we proceeded, he started asking me questions to have how long I've been working for my job and stuff like that. And I told him how long. And then I ended up start talking about the EFT. The EFT regarding to the money orders that we got scammed. I was talking to him more about that regarding to management did not intervene, and they end up making me pay for something that was irrelevant towards me, because I wasn't not responsible, because management did not step in to verify or also to make sure I was doing things correctly. And the only reason why I did the money orders is because postmaster knew the customer. The customer wanted to set up a trust, and she came in and got money orders through me. So he didn't want to talk about that. He wanted to talk about the refunds. So I was like, okay, let's talk about the refunds. He asked me, did I know anything about the PVI, the meter? I think it was about the express. And I said, yes. And then he also told me to explain. And then he also asked me about the P.O. Box customer, about P.O. Box 509, which was Charles Mars. And he asked me about a money order. When he asked me about a money order, and it was $160, and I said, yes, I know about that money order. I said the customer had given it to me towards the end of the transaction, because the customer, John Mars, was an elder. And I've been knowing him for over 10 years. And he was in a retirement home at the time. So he would have a neighbor, different random people would come up there and assist him and bring stuff and make sure his mail or whatever. When it was time for them to close out the transaction, the young lady brought me a key. And then my job is normally take the keys back, and I end up getting her what do you call it? A refund. Okay, I gave her that. And when I gave her that, she was filling it out, and I put the keys away. And then as I was coming back, she said, oh, never mind. You can have the refund. I didn't even know how much it was at the time. You know, I get money from customers all the time for being a good customer service. So I ain't think nothing about it. But when he interviewed me and told me about that. And I told him, oh, I know the customer, don't worry about it and stuff like that. I said, don't even use that. So then he asked me about other stuff regarding to like, you know, I have experiencing hardship. That's the reason why you're doing the refunds. And I was like, yes, I am. I have experienced, you know, receiving hardship. I said, a customer came down here and ran my credit and tried to sell me a car. And there was some fraudulent activities and I had reported to the postal inspectors. And they did not do anything about it. And so that's how that got introduced into the statement. And so after that, I told him about the training. I said, they didn't really want to train me down here. They just don't care. Every time something happened, they don't do nothing about it. So he said, write a statement. So I'm like, okay. So that's when I started writing my statement. That's why I said my job has been sabotaged and that management, I started naming all the management, postmaster, postal inspectors, and then I started talking about the dealership, the fraudulent activities and everything that was going on, that nobody didn't care. And then I also mentioned something about I was using my own money to offset the debt because I got tired of doing it because I have some evidence to show you what happens because when you don't offset like we have like a stamp threshold that's $100. As long as you stay under $100, it does not create a 571, which is a discrepancy report.
Ms.
That
Butler,
no,
you just
that's
stop.
that's part of it.
I need to stop you, okay?
Okay.
Because we got to drill down on this. I've got motions to suppress and we got to do the pretrial. We have 45 minutes left. What I need, can you tell me in your own words, how did they induce you to make your statement?
It was towards the end when he read it and he didn't want to take it.
So tell me exactly what happened.
I just written up my statement and I looked at it and I read it and I said, Dane, I need another form. And that's when he was like, no, you just initial, like he did say. He said, just initial the remarks. And then when he read it, he was like, I'm not taking this. And I was like, why not? He said, because you need to say that you took money and gas. Took money for food and gas. And I was like, but I did not do that. And he said, well, I'm not taking your statement then. And I was like, I said, okay, under one condition, this is what I did. I said, under one condition, I said, if I write this, would I get a copy of it? And he said, yes, you will get a copy. So what I did was I wrote the statement. He said, hey, make sure you explain about your hardship. Okay. And I was like, okay. And then when I wrote it down, because that's the second paragraph towards the end, I reserved my rights. I reserved my rights without prejudice because I wanted to challenge it. And the reason why I wanted to challenge it because I wanted to file a union because my union store wasn't there. So that's the reason how it was written the way it was.
Do you think there was any improper promise?
Improper prompt? Yes, that was the improper prompt.
He
refused to take my statement as it is. Because if you look at it from the beginning to the end, it's run-on sentence. Like you said, like he was telling you in an interview, I was talking about everything. Okay. And then in a conflict and on the paper, I was talking about everything. Is
there anything you want to add? I'm just trying to keep you on task because we're running out of time, like I said.
I'm going to end it.
And you got into a lot of things, but only needed to hear those specific parts about what you think happened that was either inducement, coercion, or improper promise.
That was it right there.
That was what was important to me.
Yes.
Are you not going to put that statement in? Is that a strategic reason?
No, Your Honor. I would like to put it in, but I mean, given.
You don't want to put it in?
No, I do.
Okay. So let's get it in through Ms. Butler. Go ahead
Can I say something before I really object? Because if you read that statement, just read the context because apparently you're not reading it. If you just read it, it talks about more like a whistleblower, like somebody's trying to express something that's going on in the job.
Ms. Butler, you said certain things about when certain things were written in the statement.
Mhm.
That's what I really want to take a look at.
Yes, I need you,
Okay.
can you read it out loud, please?
No, ma'am, I'm not going to read anything out loud. It's not story time for me. It's not story time for you. But I'm going to go ahead and let the prosecutor cross-examine you at this time.
Okay.
State.
Ms. Butler, so it was explained to you at the beginning of the interview that you did not have to answer the special agent's questions. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct because,
You just testified to, though, that you were told that you did not have to answer their questions. That's what you
no,
now.
he just stated that I can plead the fifth. That's what he stated. I can plead the fifth. But in my mind at the time, I stated that why would I plead to fifth? Because I don't like what you're talking about. Because like I just said, I didn't know who they were.
But you still continue to talk to special agents. Is that correct? They interviewed you.
Yeah, they interviewed. Like I said, I didn't know who they were.
Can you take the mic closer to you?
Yes.
Go ahead.
And you were presented with, you were able to write a statement, correct?
Yes, I was able to write a statement. Yes, I was.
Okay, and you wrote that statement, correct?
Yes, I did write the statement. Yes.
Your Honor, if I may approach the, all
Yeah, please.
right, Ms. Butler, I'm showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 2. Do you recognize that?
Yes, I do recognize it.
Okay, and what is that?
This is the statement that I have written on February 1st.
And is that a true and accurate copy of the statement that you wrote on February 1st?
Is it a true and accurate copy? This is a copy. This is not a true copy, but this is a copy. This is not an original statement.
No,
But, you-
that's why I say this is a true and accurate copy of your statement.
but it's a copy of the statement. It's not the original. Where's my original statement? But yeah, it's the statement.
Your Honor, State would move to admit State's Exhibit 2.
Any objection, ma'am?
I object because due to the fact that it doesn't flow. And also it doesn't state who, it doesn't say where, it doesn't say from. It doesn't even line up with his statement because if,
Ms. Butler,
no,
I'm looking at the statement as it relates only to the motion to suppress.
yes. And the reason why I'm suppressing, because it's not a voluntary statement. When you voluntary a statement, it needs to be clear. It needs to be voluntary that just like I gave you my motion.
Ma'am,
It has to be clear. This is not a clear statement, Your Honor.
ma'am, that's not a proper objection. Do you have any grounds to object?
But my grounds to object that this is not a clear context statement. It doesn't state. It's not a clear statement, Your
All
Honor.
right, it's overruled. States 2 is admitted.
Judge.
I'm happy to have a look at it. In fact, I think I have to for this hearing. Further questions?
Yes, I guess regarding the statement, Ms. Butler. So again, this is your statement that you wrote, correct?
Mhm.
And you initialed, at least like you initialed on each page of that statement, correct? Your-
Yes, I initial with the little errors that I was trying to correct at the time.
And you also signed that statement, correct?
Yes, and I reserve my rights. Can you look at that?
Yeah, that's on the page.
Yes, it said without prejudice, didn't it? Doesn't it say without prejudice?
It does.
So that statement was written that way because I wanted to challenge it under circumstances I was under. Because there was nobody else but those two men and myself. And look, if you just read it,
Yeah, I have no further questions.
Okay. Yeah, ma'am, did you want to add anything then in sort of a redirect of yourself? Did you want to try to say anything else?
I mean, like I said, I reserved my rights and I basically did that so I can later challenge it and let them know what the misconduct that occurred that led me to write the last paragraph. And also, it doesn't state that I took money from the post office. It doesn't state anything about the refunds. It doesn't state any type of criminal contempt
ma'am.
or sin. No, because it's not a clear statement. I'm trying to figure out how can you submit it just because it got exhibit on it that it doesn't correspond with the probable cause. It doesn't. I mean, you got to put evidence that lines up so it can sound truthful. It doesn't make any sense.
This may be great for the trial, but we're here on a motion to suppress today.
I know, and it
I'm
needs to
only
be
trying to look-
suppressed.
I'm
because-
only trying to look at whether there is evidence related to the motion to suppress, okay?
Yeah, and that's it.
Anything else you want to add? Any other testimony you want to provide? Any other evidence you want to provide? Documentary evidence at this time?
Well, I would like to submit evidence that there's no proof of theft.
All right, that's not evidence, ma'am. That's argument.
It is.
Ma'am, it's argument. Most assuredly, it would be argument.
I'm-
That's not even relevant. So on the motion to suppress, state argument.
Thank you, Judge. Just briefly. So Your Honor, we heard from Agent Klimek and, excuse me. Thank you, Vassilko today, Your Honor. They both testified that Ms. Butler, they interviewed Ms. Butler at the downtown Valparaiso post office, that when they first started the interview, she was given her waiver of rights form, which she stated she understood. She even testified today that she was told that she could leave at any time. She signed that form. She initialed. She said that she understood it. She still went forward with the interview. She was able to leave at any time. There was no doors closed. There was no hindrance for her to move about, to actually leave that interview, Your Honor. She wrote her statement, which is State's Exhibit 2. She wrote that out free and voluntarily. We heard testimony from Agent Vassilko that at no point did Ms. Butler ask to rewrite that statement. Ms. Butler signed that statement, dated it. We heard testimony that she was not coerced in any way. She wasn't made any promises regarding her putting certain things in that statement. Your Honor, given that, and this was a non-custodial interview, she was told that at the very beginning. Given that, Your Honor, her statement in the interview should not be suppressed.
I object, and let me tell you why I object.
Wait a minute, ma'am. Wait a minute, ma'am.
Okay.
State, thank you.
Yes.
I just need now for you to argue. Sure, it's an objection, but it's just your contrary argument. Go ahead.
The
Argue
reason why
in support of your motion to suppress.
the reason why I object, you can't just up and leave out of an interview. We are taught to cooperate. And whenever an officer is presented, you must cooperate. And we're not taught to leave from any type of interview. We have to comply. If I wanted to leave, I would have left, but I couldn't leave. I was in a situation on the clock, and I was instructed by a postmaster. It's not like I did it at home. I was instructed by the postmaster to speak with them. And by me be given instruction, I cannot just say, no, I'm not talking to them. So when I went back there and spoke with them, I cooperated with them, and not knowing who they were, because by that being a small office, different random people come there all the time to talk to me about retail products and all kind of improvement. So I'm thinking they're one of them. I didn't know who they were. And still they start asking questions, and we've been scammed. So I'm thinking they coming to talking about the scam that we've been scammed on. So of course I'm going to comply and talk about the scam, what had happened at the post office. I have record of that too.
Anything else you want to add, ma'am, on the motion to suppress?
I just want to know through my suppression,
You want to, what?
in my suppression, that the OIG now follow procedures, protocol procedures. I just want to know that they follow procedures.
Okay. All right.
That's all I want to know.
All right, Ms. Butler. Did you get the copies of the state's witness and exhibit list for trial?
And
I've been in the envelope that my staff just gave you.
Oh, one more thing.
Oh.
One more thing, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
With my suppression, I did mention something about documents, financial documents. Because I'm trying to figure out where is the documents
Ma'am, do you believe you have all your discovery in this case?
I think I did put that in there.
You received everything from the state?
I only receive certain things, but there's no financial documents in there.
Did you get your records from Mr. Pribble?
Yes, but no, he sent them to me email, but he
Okay.
did not hand give them to me.
Do you object to us having your email address so that the court clerk can email you orders and things from the court and make it part of the Odyssey system for serving you documents since you're pro se? Can we have your email address?
Yeah, you guys have my email address.
We don't have it. Can we have it?
Oh yeah, and I can give it to you.
What is it?
T4@gmail.com.
We'll start with the witness list. You don't have a seat with that stuff. They filed this yesterday. The state of Indiana filed this yesterday. So you can see they've got their witness list there. And just because they've listed these witnesses doesn't mean that they will all be here or that they will all testify. You understand that? This is a list of witnesses, but it doesn't promise that they're going to offer testimony or that they'll even be here. I want you to realize that. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, and do you see the exhibits there? Spend some time with the exhibits. Looks like there are about 9 things. Well, there are 7 things and then some catch-all.
Okay, so this is mine, okay? Can I ask you a question about one of these exhibits?
I'm waiting.
Just one, not exhibit, witness. Where Dory, the
Go again?
poster, would she be able to attend?
I don't know.
Because that's the one that I need to really address some things with her because
Last time we were here, I told you that if you wanted me to have people come, I needed you to get their addresses and things.
but the state has Dory on there. Dory is one of their witnesses. And
Irrespective of that, I just explained, just because she's on this list doesn't mean she's gonna show up.
this is very unfair, Your Honor.
What's
because
unfair about it, ma'am?
Where's unfair is that the young gentleman just was deceitful on the stand regarding
Ma'am, I
to
have
my.
accountability. I'm the one who decides whether or not somebody lied here today. You understand that? That's what I do.
I got you, but
That's what the jury's gonna do during your.
Yeah, and it's just, this is my first time, so please have mercy on me. I'm learning, I'm observing, I am trying to get through this. I'm the one is a victim in this matter. I'm been going through all this. While they still have their jobs, I'm jobless.
Ms. Butler, all I'm trying to find out is.
My statement needs to be suppressed because it does not clearly state who, where, when, and how, and also.
Ms. Butler, we've moved on from your statement and the motion to suppress. We're now talking about witnesses. You've suggested you want Dory Veligan here. I just told you if you want her here, you need to get her address to me. So I can get a subpoena.
I don't know, because I left that post op 3 years ago. I don't know where everybody stays.
I don't either. And I'm not going to do your super sleuth.
But that was part of, I thought the state would know where they live because they part of their witnesses.
Not their job. So
Well,
if you want to guarantee her appearance here as best you can, you need to get me her address. And I'm going to put a deadline for addresses. We're set on the 18th, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I think a week from today, July the 30th, if you're going to get if you want any subpoenas sent, you have until July the 30th to get that to me so I can get subpoenas down to the clerk and they can get them served. Even
So-
with that, it's going to be tight.
so you trying to say that I don't have no evidence in the record? And that's what you're saying, that I can't submit no evidence because my stuff been submitted already in the record?
I never said anything like that. I don't know what you mean by it, but what I did say earlier today is that you're going to have to learn how to authenticate evidence and make it ready for submission in the trial. Nobody has any evidence into the trial yet. if that was what you were suggesting.
Okay,
The
okay,
trial hasn't started yet, so there's
Okay.
no evidence into the trial yet.
okay. So can I ask you this question? Because I'm learning from you. The evidence that I have, can I still present them at trial?
I will allow you to attempt to present relevant evidence, but
Okay,
you're going to have to follow the rules of
I will
evidence for
follow.
admissibility.
okay, thank you,
And you're
Judge.
going to have to authenticate documents, and they're going to have to be ones that are admissible. So if it's hearsay, meaning it's a third-party statement, then you got to figure out how to get that in. If you think
Okay, if it's a hearsay, okay. I will try
It's my
to,
job to teach you how to do that. You
No,
have
I will
to
find, I'll figure it out. Thank
figure
you.
it out. All right. So you believe you have the exhibits that are recited in the state's list of exhibits? There's no question in your mind that those 7 items are in your possession at this time? The acknowledgement of rights form, the spreadsheets, the written statement, your interview, photographs, videos, police reports.
Okay, hold on. It's the defendant knowledge of right form. Spreadsheet, summarized losses, fraudulent activity from 2022, defendant sworn statement, defendant interview, photos, video, police report, any exhibit listed by the defendant. This is what I had requested in a sense, but then it looked like,
Did you get the video evidence from
I never
Mr.
seen
Fribble?
nothing. Nobody gave me nothing.
You don't have the video evidence from Mr.
Nothing.
Fribble?
They didn't give it to me.
I have that, Your Honor. I can, it is quite lengthy. There's several videos, so I can, even today, I can have it put on a USB and have Ms. Butler pick it up from our office.
Yeah, Ms. Butler, you can either pick it up or they can send it to you, but I'm going to put a deadline on the state to get
Can I-
video evidence prepared before the end of
Can
the
I
day.
say something
tomorrow.
about the video? Can I say something about the video?
We just need to stop talking over each other, but yes.
Okay. The reason why I don't really care about the video, Your Honor, is because management gave me authority to do what I did.
Butler, regardless of whether you care about the video or not, insofar as the state has a duty to provide a complete set of evidence to you,
Mhm.
they are going to fulfill that duty.
Okay.
Right? And if they don't, they are going to face disciplinary consequences. Do you understand that? So they're going to get you that. You need to pick it up in their office before the close of business tomorrow. If you don't come pick it up by the close of business tomorrow, that will alleviate them from any further responsibility. You understand that?
Can I ask you something? Yes. About the state, I just have a concern. This has been in my mind. The state, why is the state taking this case as though they have full disclosure of this case?
Good heavens, Ms. Butler.
No.
That is certainly not the subject of anything to do with today's hearing.
No, I was just asking because why is the state questioning me like they was there? Because I'm trying to figure out, I'm going against the state versus myself,
Ms.
right?
Butler,
No, I'm asking, why is I'm going against the state versus myself? Why is this not the United States Post Office versus me? Why is it the state versus me?
Ms. Butler, I certainly don't have time to explain. Oh,
Answer the
that-
question.
No, you don't, because I'm not
Because
here.
in the
I'm not
Constitution,
here to answer you.
Constitution Section 6, it said I have the right to face my accuser. And in the state, it's not my accuser. She's not, or he's not. I need to face my accuser, and the accuser is him.
Ms. Butler, let's get into the motions in limine. I've got
You
a
gotta
motion in limine.
explain that to me, Judge.
I'm not going to, ma'am.
You have to, because it don't make any
You do not have
sense.
to. I-
So basically, anybody can just go against the state, and the state is considered as a
You're representing
business.
yourself in this
Yes,
matter.
I am, but I need to maybe cross-examine my accuser, and the state is not my accuser. I'm trying to figure out why is the state versus me?
Ma'am,
Because I do have a right to cross-examine them.
ma'am,
My accuser got to be a living, breathing individual, not a representative
I
of
need
the
to
state.
redirect you again.
No,
okay?
I
You
just
wanna
want to know
input
why.
that search into Google?
No, I'm
after
wanting
this
to know
hearing,
why.
Or some other search engine of your choice?
Constitutional right, Your Honor.
Ms. Butler, you're talking over me again, and I really don't want to hold you in contempt today.
Yes.
And when you come in for the jury selection, the entire room is going to be filled.
Okay.
And you're going to have to start, the state's going to go first, but you're going to have to stand up after the state's done with their part. And the first words out of your mouth need to be a proper voir dire question. You understand that?
Proper dear question.
Voir dire.
Oh dear, proper. VO.
VOIRDIRE. And you're going to have to know how to do that.
And I get it, Your Honor. Is there another way besides this?
I'm not sure what you mean.
I want you to draw up okay, let me say it like this. I don't want to go to trial. I don't, honestly. And the reason why I don't want to go to trial is because I have so much evidence that there's no proof of loss.
Ms. Butler,
I understand. I'm just talking. Just let me get it out.
I just need to stop you, okay? Because I'm not allowed to be part of any negotiating.
I know I'm not going against you, but then
You're not going against me, but it sounds to me like you were roping me into negotiating.
No, I'm not going. No, I'm not.
Ma'am, when you talk about what evidence the state does or doesn't have, that's not something that I'm concerned with. That's something that you need to talk with them about in the process of trying to negotiate something with the state, not with me in the room. And I'm not going to permit it. So I don't need for you to talk about what evidence they have or they don't have in front of me.
Okay, so I can't talk to them?
I don't know if they'll talk with you or not,
Okay.
but it's also not incumbent upon me to force them to talk to you.
Okay.
They can do what they want.
Learning.
They can refuse to talk to you, or they can offer you some sort of a plea. I'm not going to be involved. Okay? That's the only other way I know to resolve a case like this,
Okay.
right? Is that you can go to trial, or you can do a guilty plea or work out some other resolution. The other possibility is you could waive jury, right? But that's something you're going to want to have some time to think about. It's not something I would accept today.
That would be the bench trial without.
Then
the
you'd be
jury.
trying it just to me, right? And then I still can't be involved in negotiations,
Yeah.
but then I'd be the sole decider of
Yeah.
the case and the evidence.
Can I also say this? Okay, I know that if you can produce the charges, the amounts, the fees and everything, can you do that as well? Like in the order?
I
Cause
know what you mean.
I'm trying to figure it out. I know the charges is against my allegiance. I know it says, I'm on the behalf of that. So what I'm
The
trying,
charges are what?
allegiance, you know what that allegiance is?
No.
You never heard of allegiance? Allegiance? It's a creature at law. That's what that is. That's what that is.
Ms. Butler, that has nothing to do with this proceeding
Yes.
whatsoever, and I'm going to stop you, okay?
It is because
What I will do, I'm stopping you. Please don't talk about whatever this is. It has nothing to do with this case or this proceeding. What I will do is tell you that if you're going to waive jury, I need to have that decision. I mean, we're right on the cusp of summoning jurors. Do I have another trial set that day?
this is unfair, Your Honor. That's the reason why I don't want to go, because this is an unfair trial.
I still think we'll be okay. I'll give you until, again, a week from today. If you're going to waive jury, you need to make that determination before July 30th.
It's just unfair.
I'm not sure what is unfair to you. What
Because-
is unfair?
Let me tell you why it's unfair.
Yes.
Because I've been drugged.
Oh, ma'am.
You guys got evidence of me being drugged.
Ma'am,
And then y'all using that towards me.
ma'am, no one drugged you.
Yes.
No one's using any
I
sort of.
went to jail. I've
You
been in
go
a
to jail,
mental
man.
institution, and they told me I couldn't leave the mental institution unless I take medication.
Ma'am, there was a
My
procedure.
validation, I've been so violated. Judge, I'm tired. I wanted to dismiss this. All I've been doing is suffering. And then I know I have a right to a speedy trial. I had a public defender. He didn't help me. And now I presented all kind of evidence. He didn't even try to assist me, authenticate, or anything like you were telling me in advance. A whole year of my life just been wasted. All kind of violations, like you saying that the United States Post Office or the OIG are victims. Where the court created a victim by drugging me and then use a judge that is actually about to retire to even carry out an order and put it under fraudulent, saying that I'm in a higher level 1 through 5, like I'm a danger to myself and danger to others, and drug me just in order to submit me. The Judge Jeffrey Clymer stated to the prosecutor that this is not a mental case. Do not send her to no mental institution. But you guys did. I am messed up. I'm messed up in the head regarding to how can I, this is an unfair trial. And then I'm up here talking about my statement and they not, oh, we don't know what you're talking about. Oh, we don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, submit it in. It don't even talk about the refunds. It don't talk about theft. It don't talk about nothing. It's just have a lot of statements, unorganized thoughts. And now I want to go ahead and submit. I'll just submit it. That's unfair, Your Honor. I've been through a lot.
Ms. Butler, are you asking me to once again consider whether you're competent to
This case, Your Honor,
will deny the
due
motion
to
dismiss?
they do not have evidence of loss. I have proof of that. They did not do their job. It's a one-sided contract, one-sided interview. Because according, I've been working for the post office for
Butler.
17 years, Your Honor.
Butler, things are going off the rails pretty significantly here. I need to stop you.
A verified complaint, because if you read the probable cause,
Ms. Butler,
there's so much going on in there.
Ms. Butler, you need to stop talking, okay?
It's unfair.
A few minutes ago, you made a suggestion that maybe you're not competent to witstand trial.
It's unfair. I can see the unfairness.
Are you suggesting I should revisit the question of your competence?
Now, witnessing this, that is unfair. When a judge recuses himself, it automatically will be an unfair trial because you didn't ever had it from the beginning.
I need a response to
From the
my
beginning.
question.
You
Are
didn't,
you asking me to reconsider your competency?
it's not reconsider my competency. It's just that I am stressed. And I've been going on for 3 whole years.
So you said you're messed up in the head.
No, I
You
said
think that you need me to reconsider
I'm
competency?
messed up in the head. I'm messed up how the system is so messed up until you try to voice your opinion, trying to conduct good business with the courts. And you try to be reign in honor. That's what I've been doing from the very beginning. Remain in honor. And I'm like, okay, I don't know how to file the documents because this is my first so-called alleged criminal case. And I'm up here trying to cooperate with the judge. But I get drugged. I already went to jail. Already. And then I get a forced plea. Take the plea. I said, I would take the plea if you can show me financial evidence of loss. If you were to look at the document, sir, it doesn't have a financial evidence of loss. But I mean, you gotta have proof. They said, have you ever heard the saying, it doesn't matter how much you know, it's what you can prove in court. And I've been trying to prove what I have here in court, that there's no evidence of loss. That is it. No evidence of theft, no evidence of misconduct. I'm trying to explain this to you.
Ms. Butler, I need to cut you off, okay?
I'm done.